Did you understand? Yes. So this morning is one of those mornings.
So no, we're not mechanically minded.
Marianne is going to give it a go. Wow.
We're going to Yakka Park!
We're Marianne and Chris, and we've been travelling full time since May 2018.
Whilst attempting to drive around the world in Trudy, our home on wheels, this happened.
The coronavirus is the biggest threat this country has faced for decades.
As borders closed around us, we decided to wait it out in Turkey until we were able to continue our adventure east. Welcome to Turkey! This morning we've woken up back on the beach at the far end of Chalish Beach here in Fethiye, but we've been having a little bit of a problem with our handbrake. We tried to put Trudy on the chocks in the last couple of days, and she just like slowly off the chocks. She comes down off the chocks. So what we're going to do this morning is we've arranged to go to a garage in Fethiye. We're meeting a friend who's going to take us to a garage to get Trudy's handbrake looked at. So that is the plan for this morning. So we're just coming into the zone with all the mechanics, so we know we're nearly in the right place. And good old Google Maps, it should be there he is.
Shall I go in there? Or shall I go around there?
No, we're bang on 10 o'clock, 2 minutes early.
Look at that. Good morning, günaydın.
Günaydın.
How are you?
Hoş bulduk. Super. No, iyiyim. And nasılsınız?
İyiyiz, teşekkürler. Sanayiye hoş geldiniz. Welcome to industry area.
Yeah, you're okay. Bit more. Your side. Ooh, that's close. That was close.
Özgür olsun.
Çalışmıyor el freni.
Did you understand? Yes.
I'm amazing! I am amazing! My Turkish is getting better! If you've been following us for a while, you know that we love to engage and communicate with people, and one of the best ways to do that is to learn some of the local languages.
And on this trip, we're going to have to learn quite a few of them.
So we would like to thank Rosetta Stone for sponsoring this episode and supporting our Around the World drive.
If you haven't heard of Rosetta Stone, they've been the leading learning language company for the past 25 years.
Learning with Rosetta Stone is done through immersion, a really natural way, connecting images, words and sounds, a little bit like when we were kids. Using their patented software, True Accent, they help you perfect your pronunciation.
Onlar yumurta yiyor.
Onlar yumurta yiyor. The app is really easy to use, and there's different sections on there, including the basic stuff, going out to eat for food, shopping, and everyday things that you would need to use when traveling around. Within each section, there are also extras on pronunciation, grammar, reading and vocabulary. But what I love is each lesson is broken down into about a 10-minute section, which is great because I don't know about you, but as soon as there's a big classroom and a long 1-hour lesson, I get completely overwhelmed. What's more, this app works on iOS or Android.
On your laptop, iPad, and your mobile phone. So click the link in the description below to get a very special offer on all of the Rosetta Stone's subscriptions. If you're looking for the best deal, then go for their lifetime unlimited package. For just £179, you get access to every single language that they offer for life with no monthly costs whatsoever. So whilst many of you are still in lockdown why not make the best of the time that you have? Or if you're dreaming for that perfect summer holiday, now is the ideal opportunity to start learning a new language.
So a lot of you guys say to us, are you mechanically minded? Do you carry spares? What are you going to do if something goes wrong with Trudy? And these are all valid points. But for us, we know that all around the world there are vehicles, where there are cars, where there are vans, where there are lorries, there are mechanics. So yes, we carry a few spares that were recommended by our friend Mike over in the UK at our local garage. But here in Turkey, and like most countries, there are car companies all over the world. So no, we're not mechanically minded, but we always find a lovely mechanic.
So the guys have taken the wheels apart at the back, and apparently it seems that the wheels, it's the brakes in the back wheels. They're going to check all the wheels as well. There seems to be quite a lot of dust from the brake pads, probably from all those crazy mountain roads we have done up in Rize, etc. But here in Turkey, it's really great. They've got these sort of industrial zones. So this is the one here in Fethiye, where all of the mechanics and car bits are all in the same area. So yeah, it's great. Should take a couple of hours. They'll have her all fixed up, and fingers crossed all is good there. So while Trudy's being repaired, we've got a couple of hours spare. I'm absolutely starving. We haven't had any breakfast this morning.
Well, it's brunch time now. It's 11:30.
There you go.
We're
It's
allowed.
lunch. And we found a nice little P-Day shop just round the corner. Freshly made, wood-fired oven. What more do you want? So that's breakfast sorted, and absolutely starving. Looks lovely. 60 TL was the price for 2 P-Day here, and back to the garage for a bit of breakfast. How good does that look? And it comes with a little bit of salad, a couple of pickled chilies. Happy?
The other problem we had with Trudy is that the little tiny plastic thing that goes on the end of the roller bit that connects to the door came off. So I just pointed it to the guys and they were like, yeah, that's fine. So they went off, they found a new one, and they're just refitting it. Woohoo! You know, with an older van, you just get used to all those quirks and those little quiggly bits. And her side door was a bit like graty and a bit juddery. And the guys have completely cleaned it out. They've greased it all up with some special spray stuff. Put a new rollery thingy at the top, which holds the door at the top. She's just sounding like a new girl. I love it. We have had success. We've had a really, really good day today. 4 hours. The guys have been checking all the tyres, working on the brake pads, looking at the handbrake. They've even fixed the door. It's been a spectacular day. So we're feeling really grateful to Rajat for introducing us to these guys. Great day. Trudy's feeling much better.
So this morning is one of those mornings. My MacBook Pro is starting to play up. So Mick has very kindly offered to take me to a computer repair shop. So we're going to see if we can get her fixed. Morning.
Good morning, man.
Thanks for this.
No worries.
So yeah, it's a pain in the backside not having a computer when you video edit, and it's the last thing I need, but the screen's gone like really pixelated and gets these white bands down the screen and you can't really edit, so I need to get it fixed. And funnily enough, 2 people recommended the same shop here for Apple in Fethiye, Lotus Computers I think it's called. So we're going to give it a bash.
Yeah, if we can find it.
If we can find it. It's down here somewhere.
It should be over there. Should we? Oh, there it is. There it is. Look.
Oh yeah, Lotus. The sign there. Oh, down the back alleys. Okay, somebody's apartment.
This guy speaks English as well, apparently.
Oh, that's good. Web design. 9 till 2. Yeah.
Wow, that's a hell of a lock.
Merhaba.
Sen nesin neydi? Bülent, huh?
Sometimes this line, it goes
Darker.
white, like dark. The screen flickers. Let me show you. What do you think? It's a screen, isn't it? The question is it fixable or non-fixable?
Yes, it's changeable, not fixable.
Okay, so it's not all bad news. He's going to take it apart and clean it because it might be dusty. And some of the places we've been in the deserts, yes, it could be dusty on the beaches. Or it might be a new screen. If it's a new screen, it was about £300 to fix, which is better than buying a completely new computer, but will take a couple of weeks to get the part. So I think that's a successful, that's a good...
It'll be successful if you pick it up tomorrow and it's working.
That'll be even more successful.
Yeah. It might be the socket, you know.
You never know.
It might be the little connector.
Fingers crossed, we could do with a little bit of good luck on that one.
Yeah.
Where are we going, girls?
We're going to Yakka Park!
Well, there you go, Yakka Park. So we've arrived at Yakka Park.
It doesn't look like it's open, but I know the people who own.
Oh, that's handy, Mick. Well done.
So we'll just have a little wander around it.
We'll have a little look. You can see the sign up there, Yakka Park. It's a bit like the Hollywood sign.
It's a big enough sign.
Why is there a sign saying Survivor?
I don't know. Oh, it's a group park here.
Survivor. I'm not sure what happened here. So it's actually a restaurant and it's famous for all the water and spring water, and look at that. That's something, isn't it?
Glacial Mountain Springs.
I don't think you'd want to get in there.
The amount of water that comes out of the ground here, this is an old dairyman, which is like an old mill house. So this chute here, there's a chute there, look. The chute goes down and it turns the big stone for the mill.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they don't use it now, but
That's
the
when it was-
restaurant was based around that years
Wow.
ago.
So although the restaurant is closed at the moment, you can imagine how lovely this would be in the summer. All these seating areas with the river going through. It's a wonderful restaurant. And yeah, I'd definitely like to come back here when it's all open. So Trudy was explaining that actually this pool here, if you can get in the water, it's mountain freezing cold water. The longer you can stay in there, the more the restaurant will give you. So if you stay in for 5 minutes or 10 minutes, but it's cold. Marianne is going to give it a go. How cold is that?
Well, it's coming from the mountain, so I'm thinking it's going to be really cold.
Would you get in it?
It's 8 degrees.
Oh, that's cold. That's really cold.
You wouldn't jump in, would you?
No.
But it's lovely and clear water, isn't it? Okay, so the Mick and Trudy tour continues. We've jumped back into the car. Where are we going now?
We're going to Sackley Kent Gorge.
Actually, we've heard a lot about Sackley Kent Gorge.
That's on the list.
That's on the list, so we have to go and check that out.
Sackley Kent means the hidden town.
Oh.
But there's no real town, it's just a...
And it's not hidden. So we're driving along. We've just arrived at the beginning of the canyon here. Look, you can see it carved right through the rocks there. That is a very impressive looking canyon, I hasten to add. So we've arrived at Sackley Kent Canyon here. Look how big that is. We're not sure whether it's actually open at the moment, but we're going to go and find out. It's pretty impressive.
It's 11 kilometers long.
That's a long canyon. Entry into the valley for all 4 of us, including the parking, was 46 TL. Your museum card doesn't work here, but at that price it's very reasonably priced. They've got these swings hanging up here where you can have pictures inside the swings. Personally, I think you must be clinically insane, but there you go. If you if you want a picture dangling in a swing above some ice water, that's the way to do it. We've just come to the entrance of the canyon, and you can really feel the wind and the coldness. It's whistling through the canyon, so as soon as you step into the shade, it's a little bit cold. So we've all put our tops on, apart from Mick, who's just run back to the car to get his. It's a bit colder, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
But look at this canyon. How amazing is this?
The noise of the water is resonating around between the canyon. It's actually really loud. I put the windsock on as well. There's a lot of nature apparently in the caves, and you can see birds that are up in the trees and nesting. I suppose it's a safe place. If you look at that tree over there, you can see where the roots are exposed from all that water that's been coming down. It's amazing how Mother Nature is like really hanging on its roots into that ground.
So we've just come to a junction. There's two lots of water coming in. This water here is flowing down through the canyon, 11 kilometers long. And this dries up in the summer. You can sometimes walk down this section through the canyon, but this time of year, obviously, because of the volume of water, you can't. But this section here is from underground. This is like spring water. It flows all year round, and there's a lot of water.
You can tell that they've obviously had some major problems related to the weather here, because if you look, there are 15 different warnings and safety measures and recommendations when you come and visit here, and mainly due to being careful with the weather, the flooding, windy and raining, and the natural structure of the canyon.
So this is as far as we can go today. Normally, if you come in the summer, you can hike up the valley, the canyon that you can see behind. But here's a word of advice: make sure you check the weather forecast. This valley is renowned for flooding, and there have actually unfortunately been some deaths over the years of hikers that have gone in. There's been a flash flood, and this valley fills up with water and rushes down, and in certain parts the valley gets more narrow, so the water is more deep. So yeah, word of advice, check the weather. Sackley Kent Canyon is only about 45 minutes drive from Fethiye, and is one of the main sort of points to come and visit if you do come to Fethiye. And it's definitely worth a visit here, especially in the summer if you're able to hike up that wonderful looking canyon. One for the bucket list.
Mick and Trudy was saying that down here on the gorge they have a bungee jump crane in the summer. There's some seats that you can take Instagram photos on. They've got whitewater rafting, I'm assuming whitewater canoeing, and also Chris is shouting in the background, donut rings. You know the big tire inner tubes? You can sit on those and go wafting down the river. Yeah. So if we come back and it's warmer, because that is so glacial, your buttocks would freeze. But if it warms up and I can get a wetsuit for my behind, we might do that. That could be fun. Trudy, you up for it? I'll let you know. She's gonna send me a memo. We've just been hanging out. I'm really enjoying having my new Kardashmi Trudy, and we're hanging out by the river. It's such a lovely walk. The breeze. Now we're in the sun, it's warmed up. It was very chilly in the gorge. You can see all the restaurants around us that are gearing up for all the tourists and the people coming. It would be packed in the summer, so we're really lucky to have it to ourselves and just hanging out here. We hope you've enjoyed it too.
Merhabalar, açın mı? İyi. What, you want 3 of them?
Yeah, get 3 of
3 tane kıymalı alırız. Tamam. Paketler. Tamam.
Stopping for a quick pee day.
Bunun yanında yağ. Ağda oturduk diye. Kıymalı. 3 sene falan oldu ya.
Karış, isteyen ondan da bir normal patates kullanırız da şeyden burada ekmek arası, onlar daha çok içiyor. Sağ olun, hoş geldin.
Wow. How good does that look?
How good does it taste?
How good does it smell?
That tastes really good. That's my favourite pide salon.
Mmm.
Always has been. Brilliant.
Crispy, meaty,
Bit hot.
and we got a bit of cheese put on top as well.
It's very herby. It's got like really good flavoursome herby. Isn't it? It's lovely. And this is so hot. It's literally...
It's just come out the oven.
Have you just got it
We just
fresh?
watched it cook.
Oh,
Trudy approve?
yeah. Very nice.
Good one.
Okay, food time.
The good thing about going out filming with local people is they know the best places to go. Oh look, they've got little eclairs. Apparently they do, there's like an Oreo one. Oh, we saw this in Bodrum at our lovely friends Magnolia. They've got loads of different things. Apparently, oh look at these. Oh, this is just too good. I'm being led astray. So I've gone for a lemon cheesecake and Chris has gone for like an Oreo type tiramisu. But look at this, it's just beautiful. The glaze is so shiny. She's leading us astray.
Right, here's an update on the computer. The guy took it apart, gave it a good clean, and it still was flickering, so it's definitely a problem with the screen. The good news is they're going to change the screen. They have to send the computer to Istanbul, to Apple in Istanbul. And there's 2 options. For £350-ish, we could get it back in 2 to 3 weeks. Or we could have an expedited fast service, which would be £450, and we should get it back in 4 or 5 days. I think we're going to go for the fast one because we can't be doing 2 to 3 weeks, which might be 3 to 4 weeks without a computer, because we're trying to edit, answer all your comments, do all the social media stuff. This is the joys of making online content. Sometimes things don't go quite according to plan, but the good news is it is fixable and I don't have to buy a new computer. Woohoo!